This video is brought to you by the 9% and is powered by Petty Vision Productions. Now sit back and enjoy the show.
I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push my mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss. See, I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python, grab what I like real fast. So until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see matter of fact. Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed and everything I do the best. And deep within my mind you know I'll always manifest it.
What up, though? What up, though, Nine? Shout out to the chat. Hey, we're gonna do a quick prelude to tonight's show. We're gonna talk about the Christ has already returned. Shout out to the Nine. Shout out to Anti. Shout out to the 6K on the panel. What up, Nine?
What up, Nine? What's good?
Young
Shout out to
Riaz.
everybody in the chat.
Young Riaz in the building. We got some Shadow Watchers. Shout out to the people in the Raptors. Feel free to drop down and drop a nine. But yeah, I want to talk about this because it's the hot topic because everybody think the world about to end and Jesus the Christ is supposed to return, right? But even when we look in the Hebrew, we got to understand where the word Christ came from, right? That's not a Hebraic word. Messiah is the word or the title that was given to Christ, and that meant the anointed one, right? So what did anointed mean to the people at that time? The one who has come for our salvation, the one who has come to give us another way of living, another way of thinking. The way you think, what you think is what you have, what you create. So when they said the anointed one, they was talking about when they were saying Christ, you got to understand this was a title given to a higher level of conscious, like a person who can think, a person who can not only think but can manifest this higher level of being. And that's what the anointed one. And the anointed one always said, "Follow my way." That's why Jesus said in the Bible, "The way to God is the way to me." That's how you get to God is my way. We got a misinterpretation, misunderstanding, because when you go into what we read today, that is the Christian Bible, when they say Jesus Christ, like I said, the word Christ comes from the word Messiah. Messiah is the Hebraic word. So the way we got Christ now is because it was translated into Greek. Translated meaning they took a word that was similar and adopted it to understand what the other people was writing in their language. That's what a translation is. It's taking words that's similar. Transliteration is when you take the sound of a word that's similar. So a lot of times when things are translated, that's why they say you lose the meaning because you using an association. This word is in this language. This is what the people say it means. This is what our word means. This is what the people say it means. So that's how they roll with like Jesus Christ being a name versus a title. So understand it when I say the Christ is returned already, we didn't have a couple Christs. It's a level of consciousness. And even if you look at the story of Christ, right? He came to heighten a level of thinking to put us on a more righteous path. Hold on one second.
Shout out to the chat. What's up, Exile One? And Ty, what up, Nine? Riaz. I see y'all.
Peace be a yeah. And so, well, my bad, my dog was going crazy. But yeah, when I said if you look at the story of Christ, right, you look at people like Martin. You know, Martin Luther King. He came to bring peace, to bring love, to bring unity. He came as to bring as like a he came to raise the level of consciousness. And what happens? He didn't get nailed to a cross, but he sure got crucified. So even a story has been told again multiple times. You can look throughout history and see multiple people, even in that era, Martin and Malcolm. You know, they both came to raise the level of consciousness. It's people doing it now. And instead of, you know, crucifixion, um, they make the people sound crazy or they lock them up, or some people just don't accept it. Now, even think about that when we say, if I'm telling you Christ is the level of consciousness, for you to accept Christ, you have to accept this way of thinking, this way of being. And even in Christian, when you take these things literally and not metaphorically, you get things like people saying, "Oh, to be saved, you have to accept Christ." What you have to do? Well, you have to go through this ritual. You have to be baptized, and you have to accept Christ, and you have to admit that He is your Lord. So you got to do all these things. But what are you being? Like Gary say, Christ like, be Christ like. That's more accepting Christ than doing these rituals.
So all of that was learned, just taught behavior. Just you gotta
Learn
you
behavior.
gotta be baptized, and where all that come from?
So even if you look at what the baptism is, to be reborn again in the Bible, when it states, I can tonight. This is a prelude to the night. We gonna build on all this. Miss T, what up? We gonna get into all this tonight, and I'll show you. Even in the Bible, it say the matrix. To be reborn again, you have to come through the matrix. And then when you look what the matrix is, the matrix is a womb, right? So in the Bible, if you take it literally, reborn again is reincarnation. It has nothing to do with baptism going through water or nothing. When you read the literal Bible and when you understand, you can get you a theology dictionary where it breaks down what these words meant in this time period. I can give resources for that. But when you see they have the word matrix in the Bible and it means the womb. It literally says the womb. That's what the matrix means. So to be reborn again is to be reincarnated. Is to learn the lessons of this life, die, and come back. That's reborn again. That was the original. So now when you take to the now when you come into like when the Greeks took over the Bible, you got to understand these people took someone else's understanding and adopted it. Just like I was explaining to you what a translation is. You're adopting or associating. Okay, this is what these people think. What do we have similar that we can associate and understand what they were doing? So they took it as baptism. Like you get baptized, you got to go under the water. It's a ritual. That's all it is. But when you talk about reborn again in a metaphysical form, to receive, you have to let go. So you let go of your old ways, your old self dies. Just like I said, reincarnation. When you go back, when you come back through the womb, when you come back through the matrix, you have to let your old self die, the old ways die, and accept the light or accept the new way. So that's reborn again. So even to be baptized is to cleanse your old way of thinking and adopt a new one. Lisa J in the building. What up, though? Miss T in the building. Appreciate is Commander in the building. I see Commander. What up, though? We got the General in the building. The Minister of the Nine. Appreciate you, sir. And it's Nine in the building. What up, Nines?
Y'all. I don't know what happened, but hey, Commander.
Yeah, I think I'm
What's
back.
going?
Am I back?
Okay.
Okay, I think I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. My bad, I got a phone call. But yeah, so with the rebirth, that's all that is. Um,
I don't hear you. I don't hear you. Can y'all hear him? I think this is an interesting topic because I'm gonna just say this while he come back. A lot of people are afraid right now because of the eclipse that's going to happen, and people get scared when the sun and the earth comes together and it gets dark. It's only gonna get dark for like 4 minutes or so, but people are nervous and they're putting that fear. But all the eclipse is transformation, right? Transformation. That's it. Some way, most of our lives, it's gonna be transformed in some way. So that means change. And majority of the time, people are afraid of change. People are scared to change. They want things the same. And change can be, to me, change can be good. Do I like change? No. I don't like change either, right? But when things actually do change and other doors begin to open, it's like you be thankful that that change actually happened. So this is what's gonna happen in the next few days. A lot of people probably you probably already seen change in your life now, or it will come. Word, you hear?
yeah, can you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah, my bad. It
Yeah.
was a phone call. But yeah, yeah, this is just the prelude. We're gonna break down the whole, um, the physical or anatomical process of Christ too. So that's gonna be fun. But yeah, the Christ is return, and this is what people got to think too. If the Christ did return, would you even accept it? Like, do people even accept, like when you saying change, do people accept different concepts, different ways of thinking? Even look at the story of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ came and changed the way, the laws of God, literally. Think about what Jesus did. Took the commandments from 10 and condensed it to 2. Told you, don't do an eye for an eye, but turn the other cheek. Do right by your fellow man. Don't judge your fellow. Everything that God told you to do, Jesus came and undid it. He gave you a new way of thinking, a new way of being. But if someone came to elevate to another level of consciousness, would you even be willing to accept? That's why I tell people, like, even the way we think, we debate. Why are we debate? What's the purpose? Like, okay, we did this. It don't work. Let's do something else. Like when people say stuff like that, they weird, they outliers. That's why I say Christ been here. There's many Christs here right now. Many of them. But we don't accept it. We don't accept Jesus Christ. We only looking for Jesus. We ain't looking for the Christ. Even in the Bible, Jesus didn't say Jesus Christ is coming back. Jesus said the Messiah will return, meaning there will be another Messiah. There will be another person who come and raise, not one but many. The Messiahs. When you look at the Hebrew, it say Messiahs. It don't say Messiah. So that shows many. If you look in the book of Thomas, the Gospel of Thomas, Jesus told Thomas, like, look, we all are the sons of God. We all can do this. I'm just teaching you. That's it. I'm just showing you how to do it. But we all can do it. And when two or more come, it's greater. When you have multiple people resonating at a Christ level consciousness, that's when everything outside begin to change. Because you got most people right now thinking in the more satanic or devilish. Even when you think of the concept of God and the devil, look at society. Who winning? What level of thinking is self, me, mine. That's how the world is. That's selfish. Even when you think of conscious, when we talk about consciousness, and we talking about the ego has three aspects, right? I told y'all this. ID, the instinctive desire. That's your lower level. That's the devil. When they show the devil and the angel sitting on your shoulder, that's the devil. That's the part of the individuality where man just does what man needs to do to survive. What's better for man, not mankind. The super ego is the morals, values, the righteousness, the angel. The one that say love all is one divineness, one connection. So hating someone else is hating myself. For you to hate someone else, you have to have hate in you to give it to them, to bring it out of you. You have to have it in you. So to hate someone else is to hate yourself. That's that concept. So whatever you feel or think about someone else, remember this: the thought, that feeling is coming from you. Tom, what up though? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Good team in the building. Do me a favor, man. Make sure y'all hit that like for your boy. Um, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm trying to get my likes up. Get my views up. Need to get the likes up. Help a brother out. It's free. Free to you, but it mean the world to me. But yeah, I just wanted to do a prelude for tonight. And tonight we're gonna do a giveaway too. We'll do the giveaway tonight. But tonight's subject, yeah, we're gonna talk about the process of Christ. Becoming Christ like is a spiritual, a mental, and a physical process. Feel to think to be. Feel to think to be. Take that formula. Feel to think to be. But yeah, you wanna say anything, Tay? Or any questions? Oh, I can't hear. I'm saying your mic come unmuted. Okay. Hey, dropped out. Yeah, so I just wanted to give a quick prelude, real quick on that. But yeah, Christ has already came, and it's just the level of thinking, consciousness. As you think, you should be. Hold on, where is it at? Why don't I? Okay, there we go.
Can you hear
There
me?
we go. Hey, I can hear you now.
Okay, no, I was just saying, I got some questions, but I'm gonna wait till tonight for them to be discussed. But I'm excited because I've been wanting to know for years how the breakdown, like, you know, how this translation got lost. What's the Hebrew meaning? What's the Greek? Whatever, all of these meanings. I be really wanting to know what's the real deal. What's the truth behind all of this stuff. So I'm excited, but yeah, I got a lot of questions. But I'm gonna wait till
Is it?
tonight, I guess, unless you want to answer them now.
I can answer you. I can answer.
Huh?
I can answer.
So you want to break down what is Christ like the metaphysical part of that, like how the like
It,
the diamond that's
the
in your brain, the crystal. I mean,
the Krishna, the fluid, and
right?
what that does
Can you break that
is
down?
uh, see even that right. So when we talk about that, that's really just third eye awakening. If you really that process is really third eye awakening. Um, your crown chakra is considered the crown. That's why Jesus wore a halo, is because his crown chakra was open. Now, when you talk about getting into the plethora area, that's the eighth chakra. That's the unseen, the hidden chakra, and that's when they say Jesus ascended to heaven. He no longer needed his physical form because he became one with consciousness. It's one thing to tap in, but it's one thing to return to. So, um, so even when we talk about being Christ-like, again, we got mixed up in the translation, and with words create thoughts, right? Create thoughts, create anticipation, create perception. Words are magical. So now when you attach the Jesus name to it, you thinking of Jesus Christ. When people say be Christ like, they associate that with Jesus because they believe Jesus is the Christ. When Christ was a title. So it was different types of Christ. You have Buddha. Look at Buddha. Buddha was a Christ. Buddha was an anointed one. That's what they call Buddha, the blessed one. So coming from another language, the same concept, right? Uh, so Buddha was the Messiah, but Buddha and Jesus they had similar, but they was different because they still individuals. So to even be Christ-like is to obtain that title and be Christ. To be Christ-like is for me. Again, I play with I don't the words. I'm not trying to be like Christ. I'm trying to be a Christ. You have to go into the consciousness. Being like is just the imitation. You mimicking it. That's just on a physical level. You have to go within to even accept Christ. It's another play with words. But like I said, what words do is give you meaning. You can be like Christ or you can be a Christ. Being like him is just, for me, is just following or I'm talking about the actual words though, but the concept is to walk like Christ. I believe in that, but but the words, I'd look at it from a different level. So I don't know if that answers your question. Rooks in the building. Shout out to the Rooks. Hey, I'm about to binge watch me some Rooks. Y'all go check out the Rooks, man. Make sure you drop your link in there. So yeah, I gotta I gotta get I ain't even gonna hold you up. I had to reset, restart, and redefine. Um, but now I'm back. I'm back. I ain't been myself in a couple months, but I'm back. We ready to rock and roll with this info, and we gonna get into it. We gonna get the people something that they can utilize. You know, like Sis said, she here to interrupt your normal way of thinking to give you something new. And that's what we here to do. We here to help raise the level of consciousness. I can't do it myself, so I appreciate everybody rocking out. Helping finding solutions. That's what we're about, man. We look for solutions, we find it, and we try to make life as best as we can. That's all you can do, you know. But that's what we're doing. So with this information, I ain't withholding. I'm gonna kick it. I'm gonna spit it. I'm gonna give it to you. Brian's in the building. What up, brother? Brian's appreciate you. My bad. I'm not in the chat, but I'm in the chat. Say, I don't know if
So
I did
let
I
me
answer your question.
understand. Can I
Hmm.
ask a question?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Let me understand. So the real term to be Christ-like then would mean to to be able to solve your own problems if you have problems, to be in a way, in a sense, godlike,
To be
right?
a creator.
Because even the
Yeah.
Bible said, "Greater than He that is in me."
So to be a Christ is to be a Christ. Come and spread love, joy, help. Humanitarian. That's what the anointed one is. The one who comes. Is this is just life, right? It's levels to everything. Some people will be good at this. Some people will be good at that. Everybody ain't gonna be able to be a Christ. So it is some people here who come just for that. They're humanitarian. There's some people we look at them like, man, that's amazing. How can you do? Like, look at Martin Luther King. He sacrificed his life for the people. Everybody can't do that. Everybody ain't built like that. But he was. He was a Christ. He was willing to
So then it's
sacrifice
not meant
himself
to
for the
be
greater
God,
good.
like it's meant to come and spread love and joy and
Is that not
to
God?
get people on that consciousness.
Is that not God? We all come and do it. We all got different ways to create, to manifest.
That's
But
God.
is the intention behind it? It's how you do it. Are you doing it with love? Are you doing it for personal gain? Are you doing it to benefit everyone? Why are you doing it? Why do you do the things you do? Why are you creating? What are you manifesting? Why are you manifesting? Because that's all you're doing. Everything you do is a form of manifestation. Even having this conversation, people coming in here, people hitting the light, people sharing, all that is a manifestation. They're doing something and creating. You're creating something. What are you creating with though? That's to be godlike. Create with that energy, that godlike energy. Your intention. That's the easiest way to get to it. But you have to. But that's the hardest way.
You
Look.
know, look, this is what I interpret.
Ah.
I'm gonna tell you what how I interpret it, right? I look at Christ like, and this is solely what I see right now at this time is to be God-like, to be able to solve your own problems, to basically be able to do things. Dang, I don't know how to explain it, but also what you state as well too.
But,
To bring love, to bring that
but
love vibration, and um, to just put people on a higher consciousness.
if you
You
think
know,
about it, we are all fragments of the creator. We all are. We all have the creator within, and we express the creator in our own unique ways, right? So being godlike or being Christ-like will be different to you than it will for me, because of the experience that you experience. We are all divine beings having human experiences. The experience is what allow us to expand consciousness. That's how the way we experience things is the perceptions or outviews of what the experience had to offer. Now, predicated upon how you experienced it, you will express it. What do I mean by express it? Because it becomes a part of you, that experience. So now, when you go through similar things, or even when you recreate the condition, you living in that past experience, that past expression. You can switch, you can change it. Duality is within it, everything. So when you talk about shadow work, you go back and look at your past and you understand it, learn a lesson. And normally you come back and you have a deeper meaning or deeper understanding. So that past perception has now changed. And now you can use that new information to interact. But ultimately, it's how and what we create with the attention we created with, is how we be Christ like or devil like. You know, there's duality to that. You either go be good or bad. Some people have balance where they in harmony with both.
I think Scorp had a question. She wanted you to talk about the Hebrew people.
And I mean, when you say Hebrew people, if you talk about biblical terms, then we talk about like the Canaanites. Um, they were a group of people who had a belief. They had a belief, and they believed in Yahweh, their God, Jehovah, um, the God that led them out of Egypt. So, I mean, they believe that's the one and only God. I mean, I don't know, like, what particularly you want to talk about the Hebrew people, but you talk about the biblical one, the Canaanites. Um, I guess they the fathers of the Abraham religion, really, because even the Canaanites had their scriptures before uh, Ishmael people, before the Quran. So,
She said they got a problem with Hebrew brothers on YouTube. I don't know what. I
like,
don't know what you can
I
take from
mean,
that.
like, even when you say the if you talk about the Hebrew people now, they ain't the same people. They even calling themselves something different. It was Canaanites back then. So why they Hebrews now? Hebrew is a language. Even the Spanish, they call themselves the Spaniards. Or they have Hebrew language, Jewish, and that's a whole different story. Now you're talking about tribes again. So why you these modern names mean different things from what it meant back then. So these new concepts, I mean, they are what they are. A belief. It's all a belief. Like when you're a person, I mean, yeah, but yeah, that was really it. Just a prelude. But yeah, being Christ-like is being good. That's the I think of it as a philosophy. You living your life Christ-like. You being good to people. People use it as a belief. I mean, you either live it or do it. There's a difference between living in something or living like something or uh, being something than doing something. People do nice things all the time, but that don't mean they nice. They nice people. So
So
being
let me
like
ask you this
something.
then. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
So let me ask you this, because you got people that are coming that could possibly be replacing spirituality, and you're saying, okay, be Christ-like, right? So a lot of people are trying to understand, okay, can I cuss? Can I drink? Can I smoke? You know what I mean? Because all of those little questions are wanting to be answered if you decide to leave or replace your religion with spirituality, then what do I know is right? What do I know is wrong? Does that make sense what I'm saying?
If you do something, I mean, people people overcomplicate things. People set rules because they don't know or people need guidance. But if you let your internal, your inside guide you, when you do stuff, I don't feel right when I drink, so I don't drink. You see what I'm saying? If it don't feel right, then that's your internal guidance system. Learn to trust yourself. Know thyself. You know, I mean, everybody got rules, but those rules are for them. Like my people say it's 42 negative confessions to my or 42 ideas or 42 laws. But that was for Annie. That was his own personal mind. We all got our own personal mind. We all personally have things that's right and wrong for. We try to standardize it and put everybody in the same box, but that's not reality. That's just not. Even when you look at your life path numbers, there's a reason they all different. If that was the case, we all have heightened senses of certain things, but we don't. So some things is right for you ain't gonna be right for me. People want it standardized. People want instead of trusting themselves. That's their Christ like. You gotta go within. You gotta go within. If you don't go within, then you gonna be without.
You couldn't have freaking said it any better, because personally, how I feel about it is that, this is just my opinion, my personal opinion, this is just regarding me. When I went in and actually, took time, is that what is a cuss word? Like a, a cuss word to me, or just saying certain things, I don't necessarily think that is, a reason for me to, like, I don't know, change. I don't look at curse words like everybody else do. I don't look at certain things like everybody else do. But I think too is that, like, if it's something that's obsessive or taking over, then yeah, it's something to be looked at. But I think you said it best. You know, everybody go within, and what's meant for me might not be meant for you.
Hmm. Chef, what up, though, bro? Appreciate you.
Hey, chef, what's
Hey, I feel that, Bronx. I feel that, bro. I mean, even like when people say curse words, I mean, it, how can I say it? Words got vibration. You know, that's why people feel things is when you say them. You literally feel the frequency of the word. So depending on how you tune into that frequency, that's how you gonna resonate with that word. So if you think a word is a cuss word, it's a cuss word. That's how belief works. Is how you resonate with the concept or understanding or what's happening. Is how you resonate with it. So or association works.
right? It's just an
So,
expressive word. Like if you would
yeah,
say adventurous,
yeah.
like I'm just describing something. That's all.
And even think about that, right? Words manifest feelings and emotions into people. So like I said, depending on what a word means, like if you go around a bunch of people who not affected by the N word when you say it, they ain't gonna be affected by it. But if you go around people who are affected, then when you say it, they gonna be affected by it. Just like any when we say derogatory, even that word, you resonate, you have a thought, okay, I know what derogatory means. So if this is derogatory, then it's bad. That's how you associate it.
Okay, but look, if you say cuss word is curse, right? So then
Yeah.
say you say you adapt where you feel like cuss or curse words are something that you're willing to use and express yourself. Now, I'm trying to figure out how would the curse is it
Because because they
people put
associate.
go
No,
ahead.
this is what it is right there. It's a curse because that's what people associated it with. So now when you say a word that's associated with curse, automatically is bad. That's how people brain work. You see
Right,
what
they
I'm saying?
played us. That's how they got us thinking
Yeah,
now, right? That them cuss words are a curse.
yeah,
I was trying to
yeah,
say that, but you knew what I was
yeah.
saying.
But that's how it works. That's the magic of words. Words create anticipation. It creates thought. It provokes emotion. So if all your life you've been told this is bad, right, and then someone does it, you go automatically get an emotion and a thought. This is bad. This is not right. You go start judging people, but you don't even know what it is because you were just told. You were never explained. You never investigated, so you don't know. That's why when they talk about voodoo, like even when I hear black people say voodoo, 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 I'm like, do you not know what that is? Voodoo is commercialized. That's when you take one religion and you blend it with another one, it's no longer the same. And like you can see that it has Christianity and voodoo. So how can you say this is an African practice when they have Christians? Now black people are like, oh, we Christians. No, you're not. You a Christian is a religion. Being Christ-like is the way of being. You bound to something. That's what religion means. You bound to what you bound to. You bound to a book. You bound to the Gospels. You bound to that. But when you be Christ-like, that's something you're being. You're living that. It's a different concept, different way of thinking, different way of being. Like I said, you can do stuff all day, but that don't make that you.
Man, just listening, me and you having this conversation, I'm just still blown away by how, people be like, oh, that's a curse. That's a curse word. And I was just, just by talking to you and thinking about it, because I was trying to analyze, I'm like, how is it a curse on somebody if you say SHITDAMN? Like, how is that considered a curse on somebody? And then I
Exactly.
started thinking, I want to get out of this realm because this realm is pissing me off. I hope I
That's
don't come back
because
here anymore.
is what you accept. What you accept is what you associate, and is levels to it. Is the level like you know things, and then you believe things, and the belief make you more uncomfortable than what you know, because that has doubt in it. Belief has doubt. The word belief means to accept something that can't be confirmed. So that has doubt in it. So that's why people get shook off belief. So even when you say curse word, that's just what you accepted that word as. And then you gotta evaluate, why did you accept this word as that? Is it something valid? Like, I look at who created the word and what the word was created for. I can say ho because it was a garden tool. Even the B word is a female dog and heat. Now is how people associate that. But the word itself wasn't created as bad. It was created as a description. Now people associate it bad or utilize it, and then that just shows what's inside them. That's how I look at it too. Like when people say things and accept things, I look like that. Well, that's you. That's how you look at it. So that's within you. That ain't got nothing to do with me. So if you think a B is a bad word, I mean, I understand like the intention is you when people use it for a derogatory thing. But if I'm sitting here talking about my dog running around my backyard and I can clearly see she in heat and I use that term and you think I'm bad, then that just shows you. If I use the word in the proper context that it was created for, then it is what it is. If I sit up here and say, man, we need to build a dam, and I use it as a metaphorical aspect between us and this drama, oh, he said damn. No, I used the word, but that's how people are programmed. Most people don't think, let alone critically think. People just associate. That's why people like putting things in boxes so they can just go back and retrieve the box instead of be in the now and observe things for what they are. I mean, that's why we live life, to observe the now. Life is about now. That's why time is the way it is for. I don't know if that made sense. Am I still on the time? Yeah.
No, that makes
Mhm.
perfect sense. It's just basically all about perception. That's what this world is really about, is how you view things, perception. Whatever you deem as good is going to be, good for you. Whatever you view as bad is gonna be bad. You know what I mean? Like, it's just
Mhm.
really perception. It's your world, and you can decide on what you want, what you deem as good and what you deem as bad. It's just that
Mhm.
other people's opinions or how you were raised, that's what tramples over our judgment.
Yeah, it's how much you even allow that to affect you. Because you have to allow that to affect you in the first place. You have to accept things in this life. That's what this life is. I mean, that's a huge part of it, is what you accept. People say, "Oh, this person did this." No, you accepted that. You allow this person to do it. Well, I couldn't do it. Well, look, this is just reality. I hate to say it. The strong survive, the weak off the weak. That's just how life is. The strong survive off the weak. So, I mean, you have to build yourself. Even being Christ-like, you got to build yourself. I mean, being Christ-like to me ain't just letting somebody trample all over you. Being a sacrificial lamb, I don't believe.